What would you say was the difference between this game and last night's game?
We just had stretches of sloppy play. We weren't crisp. We weren't in our structure. For the better part of the second period, I thought they kind of took it to us, but it was still 2-1 game going into the third. I thought there's belief in this room, but we just weren't, I would say, just as sharp as we were the night before.
Obvious one is hangover from last night.
Maybe a little bit. Back-to-backs are tough. I think long game, late finish last night. They're draining, but not an excuse, but it's just reality.
Frustrating, I know, but you still have an opportunity. I mean, how do you regroup here?
Well, at least the schedule kind of permits us to take a day tomorrow, relax, still get a couple practices in Friday, Saturday. Lots of time to put this one behind us. Maybe we sat on last night's win too much, but we'll get rid of this one real quick. We won game one in their building, and we'll be looking to do the same thing on Sunday.
How much confidence that give you knowing that you can win there?
Yeah, huge. Just the two wins we have, the way we've shown we can play and dominate at times is belief that we know we can win there. We're a good hockey team from top to bottom. We're deep. There's a lot of positives.
How much difference did it make without having? So I didn't point out.
Yeah, Turgeon hurts the PK a lot. I think he's really good on face-offs and the penalty kill. He plays probably 50% of the penalty kill, but sucks we lost him. And Smitty is really taking his game to the next level. I'd say from Christmas time on, I think he's been hard on pucks. He's been a good agitator. He's holding on to pucks. So tough loss, but we'll get Smitty back and we'll win this one so Turge can play game one of the second round.
Did that change the complexion, as far as being an aggressor because you don't have someone like Trevani?
No, it didn't change anything. I think we still had guys that with size, guys that hit, guys that play aggressive. So I don't think we didn't talk about that. I don't think that changed much.
It's been a trend of ours, I think, over the course of the year. When our PK is on, we're going to have some success, but as soon as we give up one, we seem to find a way to give up 2, 3, and that's what happened tonight. So regroup. We knew it was going to be a long series, I think, especially the way we were playing coming in. If you said we could have pushed it to 5, I think we would have taken it. And, we just got to keep some energy, some momentum with us, and go into Chicago on Sunday and do a job.
How much of a difference is it with Turgeon and the PK?
It's massive, and it starts with the face-offs. I mean, I know the rules got changed a little bit this year. I think we struggled on face-offs tonight. That's no slight on the center. We all got to do our part. Loose pucks, wingers, D got to get in there a little bit faster. But Turge has been a real big part of the penalty kill for 3 years, and you put guys who may kill against second units or who haven't been killing all year in positions like that. Kudos to them. They took advantage of it. We're looking forward to resetting, getting here back to work on Friday and figuring things out.
You were pretty upset on that call that led to the second goal. What happened on that play?
You know what? I think it's been something all series. That extra whack, that extra punch in the head, the cross-check in the back. They've been letting it go, and you go to protect yourself. And I mean, maybe I did get him up a little bit high, but I don't think it's anything that hasn't been done all series. And when you go from one standard to the next, I think that's what frustrates players. You look at last night; they were letting things go, and I mean, it did get wild. But we knew that those 2, 3 shots were there to be had. And like I said, when you go from one extreme to the other, from not calling some major things to maybe little knick-knack stuff, maybe behind the play. I think emotions get high, and it's a playoff series. But at the end of the day, I can't do that. We got to find a way to kill a penalty and help our goalie.
Sorry, you saying they were inconsistent?
I don't know if it's been inconsistent. It's just been it's been tough to tell what is going to be called inconsistent. There's big swings. There's not big swings. It's nothing, something. I think that I think it's gotten to a lot of us right now.
Tell us about the place you guys were coming into the playoffs. Game 1 and Game 3 do enough in your mind to show you guys that you can come back from this.
Well, I think winning Game 1 in their building was a huge boost for us. Throughout the regular season, I think we knew we could play with them, and especially with the amount of guys we had going up and down between the Red Wings and us, and some injuries and the veteran problem. We knew we could play with them. We got nothing in regards to guys going up and down to the NHL. We had no vet problem. I mean, it sucks to lose guys to injury like that, but it's a matter of fact now. Guys got to step up and do a job. It's that time of the year where everyone's banged up, everyone's playing a little bit hurt, and at the end of the day, everyone got here because they bring something to the table, and we put that sweater on. It's going to be going out there and executing for 60 minutes or maybe more on Sunday.
How important are the next few days for you guys? I know day off tomorrow and then getting back to the drawing board on Friday.
It's extremely important. You look at, in the American League, you tend to play back-to-backs a lot. 1 and 2 game back-to-back, day off practice, and we went in. I'm going to say this is a long back-to-back just with the circumstances last night. We were 3 hours and 46-minute game last night for 3 periods, which was crazy. I know there was an ice, but a lot of us didn't get out of the rink till 11:30 midnight. And when you're asking guys, especially the D, we only had 3, 4, 5 guys for most of the night. We played a lot of minutes. Right now it's about getting rest, taking care of the body, and refueling. I think as the game wore on, we might have looked a little tired. I don't know, but we weren't able to get up the ice as much as I thought we were in games 1 and 3 when we took it to them.
Yeah, and I said it before the series, that's playoff hockey. It's usually 1-2 goal games, and often it's decided by power play or penalty kills, and they won the special team battle tonight. We got to do a better job in penalty kill.
What was the difference? You don't have Turtron tonight.
Yeah, I think but the guys that were out there, they've been penalty killing all year. They've had their chances, so we just broke down structurally on a couple missed assignments, and they're a good team and they have a good power play and they pay us pay.
You disappointed from tonight based on how you played last night?
I'm trying to stay a little optimistic here. We had a chance to win this hockey game, and it's Game 5. We're gonna have a good couple days here of rest, and we're gonna win a hockey game.
How much confidence do you have going into Game 5, knowing that you took Game 1 in their building?
Yeah, we know we can win, exactly. So, like I said, we're going to get our rest tomorrow. Got to practice down Friday and Saturday, and then we'll bus there. And, I think we're a confident group in here, and we can definitely win a hockey game.
What's it mean not to have Bonnie and to have him back for the Game 5? Yeah,
I think he brings a spark to our lineup. He's progressed over the year. He's done a really good job, especially the second half of the season. So, you add a guy like that, it helps our team.
And especially for this series,
given
his role.
Yeah, exactly. He's drawn a few penalties, and he gets under guys' skin, and he sticks up for teammates and himself, and he's created a couple chances for goals this series as well. So, like I said, he helps our team, and it'll be a good addition on Sunday.
No, I think last night was a pretty emotional game. It was long with that extended ice issue that we had last night, but I thought both teams were kind of flat, to be honest with you. And that game was for the taking, and then they elevated their game slightly. We didn't, and you saw the end result.
Letting out 2 power play goals too, and that didn't help.
No, I think taking penalties didn't help. Again, they've got a good power play. We knew that going into the series. They finished 5th or 6th in the league during the regular season, and they've got some good firepower, even with their guys that they're missing. So. Up until that point, I thought we did a phenomenal job on the kill, and then obviously if you take enough penalties and you play the law of probabilities, you're going to, they're a 20% team, so if you take 5 penalties, odds are you're going to give one up.
Was it hard to dictate the tempo of this game given how last night's was so out of control and different?
Well, last night's game, I thought they lost control of the game both ways, and I thought tonight was much better managed. Now that being said, it's tough to go from one extreme to another, but both teams are playing with the same referees, with the same conditions, so that's really no excuse. I think for us, the the disappointing thing was that that game was, we were right there. After the first period, it was tie game. After the second period, it was we're down by one, get one shot, things change, and then it just wasn't there tonight for us.
Several of the guys have mentioned that since you won game one, there is confidence that you can go there and take 5.
I'm very confident with this group that we have here. No, I'm not arrogantly or being condescending, but I am more than confident with this group in this room to go into Chicago and win one hockey game.
How important are the next couple days to have a day off tomorrow and then get back to work Friday?
Well, I think rest is obviously a useful tool for tomorrow. And some guys have been playing a lot of minutes. Some guys played a lot of minutes last night, a lot of minutes tonight. So hopefully they get some rest, get some fluids, get some food in them, and be ready to come back to work on Friday.
You get Giovanni back for game 5. How big is that with his role in this series?
I think we missed his physical presence, playing heavy on the puck, and I think that he's played pretty well this postseason. So, anytime you lose a keeper, and he's been part of this group for the whole year. So when you miss a guy with his character, his compete, his size, it's going to leave a little bit of a void in your lineup for sure.
How about on the other side by not having Turge on, especially on PK?
Well, that obviously kills our PK, and I mean, after the first period, we're 25% on faceoff, so you miss him in the faceoff circle, and that's a huge thing with this series. Is if you're winning more faceoffs, you have the puck, you're possessing the puck more. If you don't, that just means they have the puck and you're chasing the game a little bit. So I don't know what our final numbers were on the faceoffs, but we weren't good enough.
Coach, you said before the game you wanted them to play with some desperation. I know the outcome didn't go your way, but did they play desperate enough?
It's tough to say. Like, I'm not going to question their guys' work ethic, their compete. I'm not going to question their desire, their want. For whatever reason, it just wasn't there tonight. You're going to have those nights, and it's unfortunate that we left the team that I thought kind of came out the same way, and we didn't. We had a chance to kind of elevate our game after the first period, and we didn't. We just kind of stayed status quo.